Welcome back to part 4, and this is where we're at.
Today's job's gonna close this off, go get a bit of alloy, fold it up. Just to neaten that up so you can't see in the sides of it and that. And I've just really thought about it. I haven't got anywhere to mount anything. So the Livescope module, once I finally get it, I have nowhere to mount it. So I'm thinking of putting the shelf in here from that brace to that brace, have that flat, and then I'll be able to have my battery on it, electric battery. And then I'm thinking of putting a vertical brace here and here to support the cast deck, and then sheet it, and then I can mount things to it. And then I can paint. So I'm really held up waiting on this to get done today before I can finish prepping it for paint. So to start off with, I'm just going to cut the cross brace, which is about 600. So I'll put that in there, and then I can level across to here, cut one from here to here, and then put 2 supports down like this, and that should be able to hold the weight of that. And then for the upright, the panel across here to mount everything, maybe my fuses and whatnot, from this cross brace, I'll come up to here. Boom. And boom. Like that. So I'll get cutting. Alright. That will sit there like so. Then use something just to set your level. So then mark that there with a pen on each side, and then that's your next measurement. Alright, that's the back support done, cut. So now I've cut it extra long. So I cut it like 10 mil longer each side. So I could mark that with a Nico, the angle of the brace, and then cut that to suit on both sides. So it should look like, boom. That's the angle. You got to cut it for it to sit in nicely so you get a good weld. Alright, that's the back brace cut. So now I'm just going to measure 2 supports to go in between here. So put one here and one there. And then just do 2 verticals, boom and boom. Alright, so these are these little legs just to support the weight of the batteries. That will go like so. Weld there, weld there, weld there. Boom, boom, boom. And these are the uprights. Like so. Made them pretty tight to support the deck. Like that. Woo! It's been a minute, but we're about to spark this thing back up and weld this brace here. So weld there, 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 and there, and then I can weld on the down inside the hole, but trying to do as much as I can outside. Alright, that's this little bracket welded, quite warm. Welds not too shabby for the first go in a few weeks, months, I should say. That should go down like that on the floor, and then I should just be able to weld either side of the feet. Now, moment of truth, and that's how it should go. Pretty good. Get a weld in there, weld there, weld on the feet, and we're laughing. So what I'll do is I'll hold that level so that's square, and then I'll just weld here, weld along that, same as on that side. Alright, that's the battery shelf and I don't know what you call it, mounting plate done. All I'm going to do now is put a bit of sheet on the bottom part for the battery, and then I'll get a bit of thermalite and make a board there, and then the life jackets can go around the back. I swapped out this welder cable with
the old shit one.
And it seems to be actually consistent now. Now I've just got to play the settings. Probably should have done that a long time ago, but the grinder will be getting used on the welds, that's for sure. But that should be the last bit of weld. Oh no, I got these to do. So these will get done tomorrow. Boom and boom. Clean all that up and then paint.
We are back into it today. Today just going to clean up that front section I welded last night and put these two cappings on the side of this little walkthrough, and then hopefully hit it with the sander, get it all roughed up, and then start etching it ready for paint. Pretty excited, that's for sure, but I'm in a bit of a tight schedule, so it's going to be a rush. But it should be looking good by the end of the week.
Alright, just clean up the welds a little. These ones are pretty, not the best. But all these are nice. Just clean them off a little bit just to round them off. They're all pretty good. So now I'm going to cut a template from here to here and to the side of the hole. And then cut it out of cardboard and then cut it out of alloy. I got a bit folded up yesterday, you'll see in a second, but I got a 30mm fold on it, so it should sit down and then run across horizontally. So I'll mark that up now, cut that out and see how we go. I won't bore you with the measurements again, how to take them, but that's basically what I just gathered. So I'll transfer that onto this now and get cutting. All right, time to cut it out, all marked up from that little measurement to that. All right, so now all I've got to do is just mark where the uprights will get cut out of the sheet, and then it should slide in at 15mm. Should be able to get a weld along the front, and I left it like 5mm in on the back, so I should be able to weld along the back just to tie this shelf in, really. This is a little shelf I got folded up yesterday. Just a 90-degree, 30mm fold. So basically, put the template on top, cut that out, and be good to go. From that, into this. All right, there it is, all cut. Fingers crossed. Moment of truth. Oh, she's nice. So should I get a weld along the front here and along the back there. What a difference a new wire cable is and daytime. It's like chalk and cheese, really. What a difference daytime makes. Don't even really need to hit these with a grinder, that's for sure. I'm actually really happy with them. But I'm going to, just to clean off all that little swarf, all those little rocks things you can see. And she's done. So template should sit there. And that should be very nice. So what I do is weld along the top, down, like that. And I'll just grind it all back. Nice, smooth, finished surface. Alright, so that's the template. Boom. Drop that out. Mark that line to this line. The back line, the top line. And we're done. So what I'm doing is the old dash, the front finishes here, but I have nowhere for speakers. So I made it 40mm longer, so hopefully I can get a speaker in here. That's the plan. 2 speakers either side. Can't have no music.
Well, that's not too bad, I reckon. Bit of splatter, but hit that with the grinder and it should come back looking mint. So that's it all ground back. So all I'm gonna do now is put a radius on it. So you just basically hold your grinder on that 45-degree angle and just round
that off to make it nice and smooth. That's how it looks. And that's how it finishes. Not bad. Well, that's been a very productive morning. Got those done. And the battery box shelf under there done. Pretty happy with it all. Finally, I am off the welder and in the car. Now the fun part of painting this thing. So just heading down to the automotive paint supplier. I need to grab some sanding pads, some wax and grease remover, some etch primer, top coat, and then head home. The process is going to be 180 grit the whole thing first, and wax and grease remover the inside and out, and then etch primer, and then top coat. So I'm a little bit nervous on how much it's going to cost me, but it is what it is. Here we are. It's going to rain the rest of the week. There is this shit absolutely everywhere. I'm going to try flip it. I'm going to try do the underside first. Plan is to try flip it. Literally just screw everything up here. The shed's a mess. So I'm going to try lift it from there and from the front, and then rotate it, and then sand the underside, paint to the gunnel, and then flip it back upright on the trailer, on this trolley, and then do the inside. That's the plan. Don't know if it's going to go to plan or not. Actually, I got to get all that out, all the thermalite out from inside, or else it will just fall. But fingers crossed. Woo! It all goes to plan. So the plan is keep this tight. Once that's pretty tight, I'll start pull the front up then. Front's just hooked onto there, through there. That's down. Oh, I think they're off. Oh yeah, it worked completely off. How good. Oh yeah. Don't know how we're going to go rotating it, but it's all the fun and games. I'm going to pull this out for now. Oh shit, yeah. Well, that was pretty simple, that. It's all flipped over now on the trolley, so I can move that wherever I want, however I want. So plan is to hit this with 180 tomorrow, prime the outside, paint it, finish it basically to the gunnel line, finish it to there, and then flip it on its top and do the rest. So now I can just wire brush all this back in the morning, get all that old paint off, all the old shit, get it ready. How exciting. What a big step moving forward. And we are back. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to need a gun. This one. I'm just going the most expensive one, and that's the one I go. Alright, wire brush to sand into the bits I can't get the wire wheel in. Paint gun to spray the primer on. Let's go. Hopefully this is the last stop on the cards. We are on. That's Repco done. Last little stop off I've had to do. And now to go home and try get a coat of etch primer on. Nervous. Bit of a different view. She's upside down. I might actually put a few more welds along the top brace, but I'm just gonna run a weld along here just to stiffen that up on both sides. So I'm gonna put speakers here. So do that, hop on there, put a few tacks in, be good to go. Since changing over that handle, the welds have literally been 1,000 times better. Woo! Put a couple more in. So much easier upside down. But we're good. Check out that. We're good. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is just before I paint it all, I'm just going to hit all these angles of the keel with the flapper disc and just run it along with your hand. What you want to do is just feel any sharp spots and get rid of them. You do this in case your line, if you're fighting a fish or anything, you run it along here. See, it's pretty rough here. Hit that with the flapper disc, get that smooth. So any of your line, if it touches the boat, you're not worried then. So you just do it with your hand. If it's all smooth, it's good. If it's rough, just get the flapper disc and just keep doing it on the angle, whatever angle you need, until it's smooth. All right, now that all the chines and sides are all ground back smoothly, I'm just hitting it with a wire wheel. It's all clean, but just the overspray from when it was originally painted and the step that I couldn't get. So just going to clean this up. Just basically run it along just to rough it up that little bit so the primer sticks to it. All right, that's one half of it done. Basically quarter. I'm 3/4 done. So that's how it is. That's how it looks before, and that's how it is after. It's a bit of work, but you do the prep work first, and hopefully it lasts forever. Hopefully. We are getting close now. I've got 3 ribs to go, and about 1 meter long, and then it's definitely a lot of work. Definitely a lot of work, but getting it done. All right, compressor. Plate it off. Now the time for wax and grease remover the whole hull. Get a rag, basically get some on the rag, and then just wipe everything down. Alright, the time has come. Look at this thing. Oh, hopefully I got everything. Hopefully it comes with everything it needs. This is where it feels cheap. Oh shit. Alright. The hull is just drying. Just put together the paint gun. I am absolutely useless. Just tried to fill it up. Paint's just gone everywhere. Brand new, and it looks that old already. But let's give it a go. Here we go. First coat. Well, that's the first coat of etch primer on. I think I've done a pretty good job. I don't think you really stuff etch primer up, but so hopefully the next coat goes on alright. don't know how long you let this dry for, but I'll have a quick Google now while have something to eat. But it all looks pretty nice. Alright, so I just hit that with 180 grit. The first coat on the sides. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can. Just roughing it up for the second coat. Still pretty dry. First coat dried really quick. So I'm just about to hit this with the second coat. And then let that dry. And add some colour. Alright, second coat time. Well, that's the second coat done. I've gone through 4 litres of etch primer for 2 coats. It's looking pretty good. This is how she's looking. Quite happy with it, that's for sure. Alrighty, it's been about 3 hours now. So I'm gonna put some colour on it, I think, with the Raptor. I didn't want to use this as it's, better not put it on there. It's very hard to keep clean once you paint it. The product itself is okay. It's definitely not chip proof and scratch proof as it claims to be, that's for sure. But it's just very hard to keep clean because of the texture. The dirt sits in the actual crevices of the paint, and you actually have to use like a plastic bristle brush to clean it. A normal sponge just tears it. So that's the only reason I don't like it. But never learn, do I? What's in here? I come to the gun. And to paint this, I'm going to paint halfway up the gunnel line, as I'm going to do the gunnel a different colour. So that's going to be my point of where I flip it and paint to. So basically from that side up will be one colour, the gunnel will be a different colour. So what I'll do is I'll tape halfway along all that, and I'll have that all black later. And just so the colour pops a little bit more. So what I bought is a should be like a tape drop down, yeah. So it's gonna go there. Like so. Alright, so I've just taped along that capping, like so. Then all we do is just pull, just drop down out, and it just folds out. Really simple. Like so. Like this. Just so you get no overspray on anything. Nice. So that's how it currently looks. Alright, for the Raptor, you need 711 mils, that's how it comes. And then the hardener, you need, it tells you. So you basically just fill that up to that line, boom. Take the lid off. It's pretty simple stuff. Take the lid off, tip the hardener in. So you literally just shake the required hardener measurement in the actual Raptor container, and then the paint gun that it comes with
screws on top. Pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is thin it out to make it not so textured for the bottom of the hull. So I'm going to tip it into a container, measuring container, and you can just put 20 mil in, 20% you thin it. So it's 1 litre, so you put in 200 mil. I think that's right. So I'm just tipping this into here. It's a silly design. The actual container doesn't have enough room to even put the tint in. You need 100 mil of the tint, as it's untintable currently, which is silly design, but it is what it is. So what I'll do is I'll put the thinners in here to thin it, and that will get the rest of that out, and then I can put the tint in and we should be cooking. Alright, so the packaging does say you can thin it out to 15 to 20%. So I'm going to do the 15, which is 150 mil. So I'm going to put that into that container to get all that out and into the big mixer. Definitely the messiest person alive. So put that into here, like so. Put the lid on. Shake that up. Tip that into here, like so. Now stir that up. Stir that. And then we got to add the tint in. The tint colour. 100 ml of this. Like so. Nice. Tip that into there. Like so. Alright. Now give this a good old stir for a while. Once it's all stirred and you're happy, you have to tip this back into the container. I might not film this. Now what you want to do is not fill it all the way up, so you give it room to shake, because you want to keep shaking even though it's mixed. You want to give it a good old shake still. Think about there. Now this is what I meant with the lid. The lid screws on, like so. Alright, don't shake it with the gun. Don't do that. Put the lid on to shake it. Lesson learnt the hard way. Yeah, I just realised that I think I had the gun not done right. I think this goes in here. Yeah, it does. Like so. Once you're happy with that, lid off. Screw the gun on. And there you have it. Raptor 101. Alright, here goes nothing. Well, that's 1 litre. So basically done not quite one side. Pretty close.
definitely, the cover's pretty good. I feel like we're going to try use 3 litres on the top, and then I can try get away with, it'll probably be 8 litres still, so it's definitely not cheap, but hopefully it lasts forever. All right, make some more up now. Same process. Oh, didn't shake that first. Just all that in. Definitely done it backwards. Forgot to put the hardener in. So if we just put that in there, it should mix in quite nice. Put that in there. Now, put the terps in, 150. .150 thinners. In there. Put that in there. Now, measure your thinners, 100, your tint. 100 mil. Right, I think I'm going to use the same container. I think. It feels like there's still so much in there. Yep. The lid on. But let's go again. Alright, so that's basically 3 litres. Covers the boat pretty good, which I'm quite happy about. I'm going to do the 4th litre, because I've got it. Holy. Everything's just dusty as. But it's coming along pretty good. The Raptor is definitely easier to work with, that's for sure. But it's not what you want. But yeah, pretty good. I might turn the lights off actually. Don't know. I'll get some tweezers, pick them out. But I'll give it an hour, then hit it again. That's for sure. Alright, it's the following morning. So this has had a good 14 hours to dry. Put the heater on in here overnight. Kept the lights on. So now this has been the easy part. The hard part now is to make it camo. So I've ordered this stencil. Now it looks easy, but I'm gonna have to try get no overspray. So I've got to try and work out how to do that. Now, I have thought I went to Bunnings, got some Dow. I'm thinking I might do that. I don't really know. It'd be nice to have an extra person, but I don't have an extra person. So it's just trial and error. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm going to tape it up and that. I've got the DJI on, the Osmo today, to try and get a bit more perspective view to see what's going on and how I do it. It's I probably will fail, that's for sure, but you can only learn. That's the only way you learn. Alright, so this is how it currently is looking. I'm at the point now where I don't think I like it. I'm really tempted to just stop it and keep it that sort of khaki colour. I don't know what to do. It's a mission. I've got to do all inside yet. This is the easiest way I found, and just try not overspray. Just spray direct into the squares or patches. But I don't think I like it at all. Alright. Slowly getting there. Now, this is what I found the easiest. A little bit of Dow on top, Dow underneath, holds the top sheet tight, and then just underneath as well. Now, what I've been doing is just spraying face on in the center, all the tight bits first, and then once it gets to the edges, I've been pushing on it. I won't do it yet because it's already tight, but I've just been pushing on it just to do the individual one itself. All these are pretty good actually. It's really like up here, bit of a gap, so you just push on that, boom, paint, 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 pull off. Same as down here. So it's been pretty good. So I've just been painting in the middle. I've been trying to do like individual squares so it's face on, so you don't get the overspray line in it. That's the plan. Now you just do all the ones you can that are pretty tight. And then this is just an overspray. Pull that where you can. Get that tight. Get that one tight. That one. Creep up. Get that top one good. Top one's real good. Top two, top three. Like so. Just jump over to this side. I think I'm out. Well, that was not very good. Out of paint. I've gone through 2 to nearly do, I don't know. We're gonna need like another 5 of these, I reckon. That's for sure. Yep, we are back. I ran out of paint, but I'm gonna try to get some little clips to clip around the chines. Alright. Don't really know what I need. I'm thinking these. $10 each. That's a rip. Some of this. And then I can just clip either side of the chine. What are they? $5. I think that's neat. Over 4, 3. 3 of them. Ended up getting 6 of them. Alright, Here we are again. This build is getting very costly. Oh yeah. We are on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That should do. Well, so far, that was just $200, $220 in paint. I've done 220 yesterday. Done $50 in clamps. That's $500 basically. The stencils were like $100. The Raptor was, I think, 400. I think I spent $600 at the paint place. She's about $1,200 currently, and it's not even finished and only the outside. Gonna be the most expensive painted boat there is. Well, the underside is a mission to do. I'm gonna can it, I think. Actually, it doesn't look too bad on the camera. A lot of overspray. But the next stencil's even harder again. So I'm not gonna be able to do it unless I just get heaps of overspray, which I don't want. So I'm thinking I might just do the bottom, that sandy color, repaint over that, and then just do the sides. I'm thinking. Here goes nothing. Ah, the moment of truth. No, I got it sprayed. This is how to do or die. If it doesn't work, it's going all sandy colour. Alright, that's the second sheet done, and I'm starting to like it. I actually hated it at the start. But I'm gonna not do the top. I'm gonna khaki the top, and then we'll just do the sides for now. The top's just way too hard. Well, it's slowly coming together. It's definitely a lot of work. Probably the hardest way to paint a boat. I could have probably just wrapped it. But way cheaper. But it's good learning something new. Pretty cool. Be cool once the front's done. Nearly there. We're nearly there. It's definitely a mission, but I think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm starting to like it. The green could have definitely been like a brown, that's for sure. But live and learn. Woo! One more panel to go, and then decide if I'm gonna do the top or not. I think I will. Alright, so I'm just painting it dodgy as, just over the ribs, and just trying to do it directly above it, so the overspray is to a minimal. If I don't like it, or if it looks too dodgy, I'll just paint it and keep it that sandy colour. But I'll at least give this a go, because it shouldn't take too long, and then make the call. Alright, started to do the top. Now I'm going to try the black without putting weight on it.
there's probably going to be a lot of overspray, but see how it is. Just tape the edges along the transom to stop overspray for the back part. And then I've just put like a little kick on the side, so when I spray from the top, it doesn't overspray down. But here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. Oh, it's actually not too bad at all. It's been a big day, but we're getting there. It's actually pretty cool. Really liking it now. I actually really hated it at the start, but I think with the top done, the bottom done and the sides done. So basically, that's the start. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Finished product. Top section is like a small run of two layers, you'd say, for the black on both sides up until about there. Get away with it. By getting it done, it's like so. Another couple up there while the black dries, still a little bit wet. So what I'm doing is just running a bit of tape, masking tape, along the chine, just to separate this side from that side when painting. Just makes it so much easier to deal with. Just gives it that nice clean finish line. So all the green done for the side and bottom. Just the transom left to do. But I'll wait for the template to dry. Gets a little bit wet and sticky after you use it a bit. But looking good. It has been a huge day. But one side's nearly complete. The other side is about 3/4. So probably got another, I don't know, about another 2 hours on it. The longest thing, this gets wet and then it gets real tacky. So it's not too bad, but it looks nice coming together. All right, I'm done for the day. It's nearly there. This side's like 3/4. Got one panel up there. Then 1, 2, maybe 2.5 panels. This side's 1 panel and 2 panels on top. And then she is all done. New day. Oh, there she is. Heater on all night. I'm 30. Big fan going. It's all happening here. Should be completely dry. Finish this bad boy off today. Try to put a clear coat on it. And then flip it over. I actually really love it right now. Very happy with it. Right, to paint that center bit, just got a ladder. Just leaning over. And then just put a bit of cardboard on the other side for overspray when you're painting like this. Bit of wood holding the stencil down so I can spray along the edges first. And you just line that up so it just all fits in nicely. And just go for it. Got a little bit left, trying to use it all because they are expensive. They're 26 bucks each. And I think I've gone through, I'll count them at the end, but definitely I've got to do the whole other side yet. To be a little bit hard to see, but there's a fair bit that goes into it. That's why I can't film too much. So I got all my weight on this wood holding the stencil down. And then I got that bit of dowel to hold the stencil down so I can spray it again with the other hand. All right, one side's nearly done. Last panel. So put a bit of cardboard on the other side to protect the overspray. And this one should be okay. It's a little bit frustrating at the front, but I'll just do where you can, where it lays flat first. And once you get those done, you can sort of just get your
hand a bit painted and just push down and spray it with the other hand. And that's how it looks. There is a couple spots where I think I could put an extra one, like here for instance. I could probably tape that up later, like here. But you really don't notice it at all. But that's one side done. With putting that tape there, you can actually create nice lines if you want to. So what I'll do now is I'll retape it once it dries on this side, so this side gets a nice clean line. But we're nearly there. Alright, so while the front is drying, or the sheet is drying, I'm going to tape up the transom and use a green template, and then cover this, and then once that side's done, I'll be able to jump to the transom and then everything's done. Alright, for the transom, I've just taped up to separate the actual undersides of the transom, so along the edges as well. So if I get spray on there, it'll just be a nice straight vertical line. Then I will use some of this again, just to run along to cover the boat that way, just so no overspray happens. Just there's no point in wrecking it now. So that's all taped up. It's very simple. The prep work is key. Even though this hides a lot of stuff because it is so full on textured, but it's just, you don't have to worry about anything now. Just make sure all the edges are sealed. You can get spray whatever now, and everything's protected. What I'm thinking is I'm doing the gunnel black. Stop! Gunnel black, and then I'm thinking of doing this handrail and foot black, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I will paint it now, but the stencil will just go around it. Alright, so I've done what I could. What I'll do after, once it's dry, a little run mark there. You won't see that once the black goes over it. So what I'll do is I'll just get like a corner and just do like individual patterns here to cover that around the handle. It was really hard to actually get it to lay flat. So then I'll just put like one in here, one there. You basically do them one down there just to fit in, fill the spots really. One more panel, and then just a couple small little touch-ups here, like just little gaps. I would like probably a couple more just on the keel line. That was the width of the sheet, so nothing I can do. But going to jump back down to the transom now. Finish a touch-up on these. All right. So plan is to try put something like straight up there that can support the stencil. Do a little bit of tape on the top of the stencil, and basically try to use that to support it, like so. You just got to try and find ways that work for you. Then, by rights, boom, just like that. Same thing again when it's dry. And then what I'll do, I'll just touch up this little parts down there. It's just like the top corner of the sheet. Turn the fan on, let this dry. So we'll set that up where
covers everything. You see that run mark on the green? I'm going to line that up to spray that run, so then you can't see it. You just got to do little stuff like that, just to make it easier for yourself. Alright, so this last little bit is the most trickiest because it's like a quarter of the sheet. So, gonna try and match up this corner with that one, like so, and then just get roughly where it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to hold it there somehow. At least. All right, now the fun part, unwrapping it all. So basically the whole hull's dull. There is a couple little spots where I've joined the sheet that I'll fix up later. So what I'll do is I'll tape it all off and just leave like one strip, so I can just do individual lines. But all this tape can come off now. Alright, it's basically finished. Just got to do like 3 more little individual lines when the stencil dries. But it's definitely looking out of control. Alright, all the painting's done for the underside. Now I've just got to get a 2K clear to put over the top of it. Normal Raptor you don't have to, but because I've used other paint on it, I really want to protect it and make it hard, so if I do hit anything it just doesn't scratch and whatnot. So it's Sunday currently. Tomorrow morning I'll go down and get that and then spray that one coat with a clear, and then let that dry a day, and then flip it, and then no more indents, and then do the inside. Inside's gonna be tricky, but treated this like a practice session. All right, we are back. Time to get some more etch primer, some more Raptor, and some more tape for the underside and inside of the hull. Alright, this should be everything to finish the inside. Etch primer, thinners, tape and that, gloves, Raptor, and clear coat. And that's just the mixing weight in grams for the clear coat. Alright, so all that to basically finish the boat. Here's another. She's adding up there now. Alright, the hull's all dry. Now I'm going to put a clear over it because the paint, I think it will just scratch and be pretty. The Raptor itself is hardy, but the paint that I've done the camo with isn't. So I want to put a 2K clear on it. So that's the product, and then you put the hardener with it. And then I've also got a matte finish because the clear is currently gloss. And it all comes down to weight, which I've never really had to deal with before. So that's the mixture. You need scales. It's getting a bit complicated, but a lot of work has gone into it to just have it scratch and damage real easy. So let's get into it. We start off with clear activator. So 124 grams. 125, 1 gram over, I don't think so make a difference. 192. Seems odd that the smaller container is more. 192. The smaller container is more, must be a different type of product. Let's tie that off. 192. Flattening additive. I don't think this is right. I don't know whether to ring them or not. $289. And stir it, I guess. So realistically, that should weigh 600 grams. Should be 600. Here goes nothing. One pot full. Here really goes nothing. Well, that's the first coat of clear on. I have stuffed up. I didn't realise how runny the clear was. I don't know if you can see there's run marks. I just put it on thick to try to protect it. So that's a lesson learned. There's only a couple of spots there. You can't see it. Oh, you can, but I might try this, hit it with a sander, let it dry. Hit it with the sander, and then over here is pretty bad. Not very happy about, but it should dry. That's the clear coat all done and dusted. Now to just let it dry, and it should take that shine away and give it that matte finish. But I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully it's tough. There's a few, I put it on pretty thick, so hopefully it doesn't scratch easy. That's the whole thing of it. It's pretty expensive stuff. Basically pointless doing the Raptor how I've done it. I probably should have just painted it with normal paint, then can, and then 2K over the top. So this stuff I put on now is basically the same as Raptor. So I wasted probably 700 bucks. But you live and learn. Now till I let it dry, and then once it's fully dry, I'm gonna primer inside and do as much as I can before I flip it, and it'll be easy as to paint, Raptor it, etc. But yeah, pretty happy with it. Alright, so the plan is I'm gonna pull off the tape that separates the paint line that I was gonna do, and then I'm gonna retape it and cover all this. I'm gonna hop in there and paint what I can upside down, so I can be able to do all the roof of the cast deck and everything. So it's so much easier to stencil. That's the plan. Alright, so that's the bottom of the paint line all taped up. So now what you want to do is fold this over so it covers that side. That side will come up, back will come up. So it just protects the whole boat from any overspray from underneath.
So that's what it looks like all wrapped up. So no overspray, can get onto the fresh paint. So now I can hop in underneath and tape up everything I can. Don't have a torch, so I don't really know how I'm going to do it. We are on. Time to see what I can do while it's upside down. This will be heaps easier if I can do it. Probably vacuum all this out first, and then hit it with the wax and grease remover. And then hit it with the primer, edge primer. Clean off all these welds, all that black stuff. I've got like a hand wire brush. I'll rough it up a bit so the edge sticks. And then I'll probably tape along that line there. I might do that from where I flip it. So paint from that line all the way. So then I can paint down. I'll at least edge primer it there. And then I'll stencil all in here while it's upside down, I think. Obviously start up the front so I don't have wet paint. Keep working my way back. Alright, it's daytime now. I fished this morning. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna get the wire wheel on and get this done. Alright. All the top of the cast deck is all wax and grease removed. All clean, vacuumed out. So I'm going to get the spray gun in here and give it a coat. Back to the etch primer. And the paint gun. Upside down. It's all happening. Alright, that's the first coat of primer all done. Now to give it a second coat, and then I let it dry and hopefully get a coat of Raptor on tonight. Alright, it's that time. New Raptor. Alright, so that's all inside. All etched, primed, ready to go. So, got the Raptor. As you can see, all good to go. All the Raptors all dry, the base coat. Now the time to get the camo started. That's basically what I can do done. And once all this dries, I'll be able to fill in with the sheet, like that blank spot, sorry, it burped. That blank spot over there, but I can't put that on without putting the sheet over that. So that's basically how she's looking. Oh good, it's 8:30 at night. The aerosol stuff doesn't make noise with the compressor, so I can work all night really. Got the heater on, pumping hot air in under the hull, and then the fan will be blowing it in. That's the floor, all the green done, and now the black will have to get done. I let that dry overnight, so that's dry for about 8 hours. Finished it at 9 o'clock and out at 6 in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stencils done. Now once that dries, I'll do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little touch-ups where the sheet didn't get. Everything's basically done now. All the roof of the cabin is all done. Done where I could. Alright, so what I'm doing is basically run a tape line all around the hull because I want to coat this with a 2-pack clear. But I don't want the clear to get on the not painted alloy. So I'm basically taping it up. I've just come up with this little idea. You basically just roll these on itself. If I can do it one-handed. Oh, we're getting there. Like that. Put them on the side of the hull. And voila. Not bad at all. No, it's pretty simple. Just push on. Push on.
tape on the bottom. But alright, that's it all done. It was actually pretty simple. It took about half an hour to do. A lot of time has gone into this, so I didn't want to just risk it for half an hour to wreck it. So it's all done, all taped off. Shit everywhere, but we're good. Alrighty, the time has come to flip it back up on its upright. I'm gonna have to try not damage this. Bit of tape will fix it, and then the rope from the transom. Flip it up, rotate it, and get it done. And there you have it. All the right way up. All the hard spots are painted. Upside down paint's all done. How bloody good. Alright, we're back. I bought 3 shops out of this so far, and I'm about to buy a 4th one. Now the time-consuming thing is taping up everywhere I don't want to be painted. So I've just created like a tape line around the rim of the live well, and just cut a bit of cardboard, and then I'll retape that just to seal that off so no paint can go in and around. It's all done. Now to come in here and rip out all this and swap it. So tape up all the roof so that no other primer and everything I spray on the sides will touch your roof. So it's a little bit of prep work in it, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Alright, so that's all the perimeter of where I want to be taped. So then I'll do the same as what I did on the roof. Get this thing, make those little sticky things. All done like that. Alright. That was hard work. It wasn't hard work, but just frustrating. And I'm on my back, but should be right to spray everything now. Everything's all cleaned and sanded with 120. Wax and grease removed. I've only got like 2 litres left. So hopefully I can get it done. Alright, that's all the primer all done. I've got a tiny little bit left for the underside of them. Got the heater on them just to warm them up because it is cold. But it's all done. All the floor, everywhere. Looking good. All the top. Now this. Alright, here goes. 2 litres done. All inside. Basically all the top's done. So I've got 2 litres to go. Inside, I reckon I'll just get it. Oh, 4 litres. I bought another one today actually. They're all done. One side of it's done anyway. 6 AM in the morning. Time to get in and get it done. I really want to have this finished today, all of it. Stencil ready, paint ready. Gonna hop in under there and do the very hard part first. Can't see that, but I will. The first stencil is laid out. Now to hit it with some paint. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels done. it's getting a bit wet, and you can see it starts to leave little paint marks from the wet paint on the sheet. But we're getting there. Alright, set the fan up back in there, dry out under there. Now start on the top. Alright, this is the detail I'm trying to get. I've done the spray without the lid on. So now I'm just trying to line up the stencil with where it was previously to be able to get the same lines from when you open the hatch to not open the hatch. And then, boom. So when you open that up, that print will still be on the channel. As you can see, it goes down. All I have to do is just touch up the edges, I think. Maybe. Looks pretty good. Just waiting for the paint to dry. Done most of the sides, all underneath done. Started to do the dash. Now while the stencil dries, I'm gonna start the black. Right. Boom. First one is done. Let's go. Woo, big milestone. Inside is all done. Everywhere possible. That's all the cast deck done. One panel at the back. So just got to do all the top, and then I'll hop in underneath, and that will be the frustrating part. But we're getting somewhere. She's slowly coming together. Just got a bit of weight on this little dowel, and I spray it, and then take the weight off, and then roll the dowel forward, and then you can touch it up basically. Alright, I've just gone ahead and taped everything up so I can get no overspray, so I can do the gunnels and the dash. I don't know why I did it, but just to be safe. Everything is done now on the top, bar the wash well. But I'll get the dash done now and the gunnels. Now this is getting shit done. Get your foot to hold the sheet up. And the other hand, and the hand holding the phone right now, is to paint. Alright, that's the back. All done, ski. Been an absolute mission. Now, just the front to do. The front was actually easy when I did it, so hopefully it's easy again. Well, I'm literally buggered. But, it's all done. Everything's all done. 2 more jobs. 3 more jobs. Unwrap it, and then I've got to do the gunnels. I'm going to do the gunnels solid black, just to highlight it, and then clear coat it all. And then we are completely done painting. What an effort it's been. Now the fun part. Getting this shit off. That's it all unwrapped. So now what I gotta do is tape from here all the way around on the gunnel, and then cover that. Same as below. Just tape there all the way along, and all this will be black. Bow sprint black. Black, like the dog. Hey dog. Hey. Black. I'm gonna do this black. So tape that up there, spray all that black down to here, just to separate it. All the way along here, black. All this will be black. Black handles. Oh, that's a full day on the boat today. I ran out of the, what do you call it? The cover. I don't know what it is, the sticky stuff that expands. So what I've done is I've just taped all the edges It's pretty cold tonight, so the sticky tape isn't really sticking, but also done underneath. So then I'll stick the other stuff to it, protect down there. Alright, one last visit to this place here and we're done. Opens in 20 minutes. Here early because I got nothing else to do, but we on. Last time. We are on the last piece to the puzzle. $120 for 1 litre. I've gone through 13 litres. Alright, here we go. The last coat of Raptor. And we are officially out of Raptor. Seat base is done. You wouldn't believe it. This actually fell off and went on the floor. But that's memories. That's how you build memories, that. Also got the seat pole risers painted. Woo! It's all happening here. They all look super cool. Alright, now the fun part of unwrapping it all. Oh my goodness. Everything is just... Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Sheesh! Look at those lines. Now for the underside. There's a fair bit around the handles, but oh my goodness, I'm actually in love with this thing. If I can get that tape off in the same one, we'll be to go. Alright, time to see how good I did with the masking. Oh! Looking very nice. So I should turn up. Oh, I've outdone myself on this one, I reckon. Proper outdone myself. Sheesh! Alright, the time has come to mix up some 2-pack. All the Raptor has dried on the edges, on the gunnels for about 8 hours now. So I'm going to hop inside the hull and spray this. Try to get a coat on it. This only takes, it says 5 hours to dry. So if I do it tonight, tomorrow morning I should be good to start mounting everything. Well, that's the first coat of 2-pack on top done. Very fumey inside. So I'll let that dry overnight and then tomorrow I'll hit it with one more. And hopefully that should do it all. Very fumey in there. But looks nice. We should dry all flat tomorrow. But yeah. Alrighty, we are back. Everything's all dry. Let it dry overnight. Time to start fitting everything. So the floor goes back in. Windscreen goes back on. Electric bracket. The sound mount from Transducer Poles Australia. Got to look at mounting that somewhere. That's a base plate for underneath. Yeah. So just get it ready. Might even put it on the trailer today to get it ready to take to CCA boards to do the flooring, put the fuel tank in, seats in. Yeah, got a pretty big day on. It's all happening. Transducer Pole Australia sounder mount for the front. Seats from the States just arrived.
only stuff up is this should have been brown, this green. But it is what it is. If that's the only stuff up in the whole boat, then I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, get it done. Start putting the floor back in. This is left side. All the fun stuff now. Just putting everything back in how it was. Fuel tank. Fill that done. Now let's go to hook up the hose, breathers, and we're good. Go one-handed. Yeah, a bit of forearm work. One more, I reckon. Oh. There we go. Alright, that's all cut in. All nice and neat. Breather hose, both sides. Fuel sender hose. Floor in. Now to put the other two sides in. Put you over there. Then start marking the seats. Alright, that's the floor all in. It's going to look completely different once the floor gets actually done with logos and foam. Now, get the seats ready. Alright, so the seats come with these mounting screws and bolts. I ordered these separately online. So they should go there, mount up, and that will act as a bit of a shock absorber when it's mounted to the floor in these bases. So that basically goes like that. Alright, the seats are done, or the bases are on the bottom. Now to try work out where I'm going to sit. Alright, I think this is where it's going to go, right there. So I'll move around. That's center. Well, you want it to be comfortable to drive. I think this is it. Here goes nothing. Woo. Fingers crossed. Alright, now to mark the holes to bolt them. I'm going to bolt them. So I'm just going to mark the holes like so. That's marked there. Then I'm going to use a tape measure like so. Measure. So that's 360. Mark down here 360. Draw a line, and then the holes all should line up square. There's the lines, and then you should just be able to get drilling. That's that all done. Moment of truth. Hopefully none of this hits anything in there. Alright, we're in. We didn't hit anything below. Fiberglass in my hand. Now, the test. So they should just slide in there. Like so. For the test. Feels alright. Feels pretty good actually. All I have to do is transfer that base measurement onto this sheet, as it should be the exact same. And then we got the two-seater. That's the second pedestal in. Base anyway. Let's see how they go. That one goes like so. Ching-ching. This one goes ching. Holy. The double banger. Now the best thing is these things. So when you're traveling, you would have it like that down low. Then if you want to bait fish out the back, all you do is put these in. Like so, and you can fish out the back, hopefully. That was the plan. Let's give it a little tester. You should be able to swivel. Oh yeah, how good.
That's so good. And then when you're traveling, you can just pull that out, put that there, like so, and then sit down low with the windscreen. Alright, the seats are all done. Now to mount the sounder pole transducer. Alright, the seats are all mounted. Now to do the sounder bracket. We'll work out where to put that. Now to mount the bracket for the sounder. Just square it up with the front, line it up so it's center. These two holes are going to be on the cross brace. Hopefully, that's the plan underneath. So that will have a big support to stop it from flexing. And this I'll cut the front off and then use the back holes to support the rest. And just like that, all 6 are done. Now to go underneath, put this in. Alright, so 2 of the bolts are through the brace as planned. So now what I'll do is I'll measure from here to the brace on both sides, and then I can cut the plate to suit basically. That's it cut, so that should go underneath. That's the sounder mount all mounted and the quick release for the Livescope pole done. Now, next thing is the window. Put it back in. Should be quite easy as all the old holes are there. So basically just line them back up, front and back, and be a 2-second job. One in, middle one in, front one in, cover back on. Put all the mounts back in. Windscreen brace, starboard side done. Now port side, windscreen and brace. Windows all in, supports all in. Last little job I got to do is put the hinges on the hatches. I've just done this side. I got to do these and the latches where you pull up before I go take it to CCA boards to do the flooring, as I've got to draw around them for the whole design. So it's a quick little job. I'll paint all these rivets black after so they don't stand out. And yeah. Well, thank you. That's part 4 done and dusted. Just done the final touches, hinges and latches on the bait tank. And both sides. Livescope pole, sounder bracket, all on. They had to be on first, so everything has to be on prior to the floor getting done. So that's why it was a bit of a rush for the windscreen and everything. But next time you see it, it will be at CCA boards. I'm also going to get him, they have HDPE, so I'll get a black new motor mount done. And what else will I get done? Oh, behind the steering wheel. You might have seen in part 2, I cut a bit of wood. So I'm going to get him to do a new base plate out of HDPE too. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate any feedback. So if you have any thoughts or any questions, be sure to post them in the comments, because I do read the comments and try explain myself or help out where I can. But thank you.